After trading shutouts in the first two games of the series, the Yankees and Blue Jays are back at it for Game 3. Gerrit Cole on the mound making his second start of 2022. Got your lineup, got your keys to victory, got your Nostra Derek. Coming up, this is the Yankees pregame show from NYY Recaps. Another interesting lineup for the Yankees tonight. Anthony Rizzo at first base hitting in the leadoff spot against Jose Berrios. Batting second, Aaron Judge. He is out there in right field today. Giancarlo Stanton gets the day off. Josh Donaldson is in there in the 3-hole. He is your DH tonight. Joey Gallo out there in left field after a night off. He needs to get going. DJ LeMahieu is in there at third base tonight. He is batting fifth. Batting sixth, Gleyber Torres had a couple of hits last night. I think he's getting ready to break out. Batting seventh, Aaron Hicks silenced the haters last night with a first-row home run. Ended up being the difference in the ball game. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa at shortstop, batting eighth. He really needs to get going. And Kyle Higashioka behind the dish. He is batting ninth. And on the mound, the ace, Gerrit Cole, making his second start of 2022. First start was against the Red Sox on opening day. He did not factor into the decision. He went 4 innings. He gave up 3 runs, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk. He had good stuff. The fastball was sitting in the 98, 99 mile-an-hour range, but he gave up 3 runs before he got anybody out. The start of the game was delayed because of some of the pageantry. The Billy Crystal first pitch seemed to irritate Gerrit Cole, and he kind of let it get to him, which is unacceptable. You need a better mindset out of your ace. Overall, though, the Yankees won the game, so we're going to let it slide. Hopefully, Gerrit Cole can settle in from the first pitch tonight and have a good outing against the Blue Jays. Something to note is that he's been throwing that cutter more, something that he picked up from pitching coach Matt Blake. He was using it more in spring training. I think he might be trying to get outs quicker rather than throwing 110 pitches every game and being done in the 6th inning. If you remember Mariano Rivera, he was known for getting quick outs with that cutter, and that's something that Nathan Eovaldi has done against the Yankees, have easy outs. A hard cutter can produce soft ground balls, which is a quick way to get somebody out. All right, we're going to talk about the keys to victory for tonight's game. Last year, the Yankees were about a .500 team with their ace Gerrit Cole on the mound. You've got to do better than that. You've got to support him with some runs. You've got to pitch well out of the bullpen. Gerrit Cole should be your go-to victory pretty much once every 5 days. The offense needs to pick it up a little bit. They are still sputtering, even though you won 4-0 last night. Just not hitting a lot with runners in scoring position, a lot of soft pop-ups, a lot of ground balls to third and shortstop. The Yankees need to stop rolling over pitches and start driving them all over the ballpark, like we see the Blue Jays doing, hitting line drives from line to line, gap to gap. The Yankees are going to need to lay off the slider from Jose Berrios. He's got one of the best sliders in the business. It's got a ton of horizontal movement, stays pretty much on the same plane at times, so it can act like kind of a big sweeping cutter. He's a good pitcher who had a rough day on opening day. You just hope that he goes one more start at least before he starts to put it together. Sinkers, sinkers, sinkers. We saw a great 99 mile-an-hour sinker from Clay Holmes yesterday. We saw great sinkers from Miguel Castro. Today, I would think that Michael King would be coming out of the bullpen if the Yankees have a lead and Gerrit Cole is finished in the 5th or 6th inning. Mike King can give you multiple innings, and he's another guy who throws that hard sinker. Not quite as hard as Holmes or Castro, but he gets more vertical break. He's also got a really good sweeping breaking ball this year. Mike King's been really strong out of the bullpen. And the reason you have a lot of these guys throwing hard sinkers is it keeps the ball in the ballpark. It's tough to elevate, so the Yankees might have an advantage when it comes to home runs late in the ball game this season. And last but not least, you've got to run the bases better. The Yankees continue to have base running issues. I wouldn't blame these on the coaches so far, but more on indecisiveness from the Yankees base runners. We saw Joey Gallo get thrown out at second after pimping a home run for a few seconds early on in the Red Sox series. And then last night we saw Josh Donaldson slow down around third and get thrown out at home. If he had kept running hard, he probably would have made it. The Yankees got to be better on the bases. All right, we had to appeal to the judges in the comments yesterday. The prediction was that Nestor Cortes would beat the Blue Jays. Was not specific enough. He threw 4 1/3 shutout innings, 72 pitches. Was not his fault that he got taken out of the game, but no earned runs. So the judges are going to award a hit to Nostra Derek for that one. 2 days prediction, 8+ strikeouts for Garrett Cole. Opening day was tough for him, but he's seen the Blue Jays a lot over the last couple of years. He's learned a lot about them. They've learned a lot about him too, but good pitching always beats good hitting. I think he's going to have a good outing. I'm saying 5 innings, 8 strikeouts. All right, got to do the farm report for April 13th, 2022. We've got the Martian highlighted in the lower left, the Martian tracker. We'll do a more elaborate Martian tracker once he begins to accumulate some highlights. But so far this year, 4 for 17, that's 235. Yet to go deep, just 4 games. Just a handful of games for pretty much everybody. Anthony Volpe, 4 for 15, he's hitting 200. Oswald Peraza dipped after a tough night last night. 5 for 22 on the season, 1 home run, 2 RBIs. Trey Sweeney off to a red-hot start at high A. 7 for 19, hitting 368 with 2 home runs already, first-round draft pick. Keep an eye on him. He's got a very, very developed swing. Everson Pereira, also a very good swing. 7 for 19, off to a hot start, also hitting 368. He has gone deep. And Luis, the real deal heel, got off to kind of a rough start in AAA, 3 2/3, 2 earned runs. But again, early on in the season, did have 5 strikeouts and 1 walk. You'll take a 5-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio every day of the week and twice on Sunday.
Hi, Derek. My name is Joe. I'm a huge fan of your show, and it was a nice win from last night against the Toronto Blue Jays. I just wanted to quickly ask for your input or question about this topic. So I know the American League East is going to be a tough competition this year, like it's always, and I feel like that before the trade deadline, we do need another left-handed hitter. Who would you like Brian Cashman to try to trade for to get another left-handed hitter, and who would you trade?
Hey, Joe, great question. There's no guarantees that there's going to be a lot of great left-handed hitters available. Brian Reynolds is still somebody that I would love to see the Yankees pursue, though it's going to cost an enormous amount to trade for him. The Yankees were unwilling to trade Volpe and Dominguez to pick up Matt Olson. I think Matt Olson would have been the perfect addition. So I don't see the Yankees spending a lot of their prospect capital to bring in another hitter. I think they're going to stick with what they've got. And if they need more left-handed hitting, I think they'll give more reps to Ben Rortvedt. Right now he's injured, but he's just 24 years old. He's supposed to be a great catcher, and he's a left-handed hitter with a little bit of power. I could see the Yankees trying to develop him into a better hitter and give him more at-bats down the stretch, especially since Higashioka is getting a little bit older. He's in his 30s. Still a very reliable catcher, but Ben Rortvedt, a left-handed hitter with a little bit of pop.
Hey, Derek. It's Ryan from Bronx Talks. Hope everything's going well. I just have a quick question. I want to hear your take on one thing. If the Yankees are in it at the trade deadline, who do you think the Yankees are going to go out and acquire? Do you have anyone who comes to mind, any favorites or anything like that? Is it a starter, position player, reliever, something of that sort? Thanks, Derek.
Beyond Reynolds, who I just talked about, which I don't think the Yankees will pony up the prospects to get Reynolds, I don't have anyone in mind, and I think it's a little bit too early to start looking at trades. I mean, we're 5 games in. We have no idea how the season is going to unfold, who's going to be injured, who's going to be having a good year or a bad year. If Luis Severino steps up and pitches great, then you've got 2 really dominant starters. But if he pitches poorly, then you're going to need a number 2 starter. We just don't have enough data right now to form a hypothesis on what the Yankees are going to do at the deadline. A good time to start looking at trade options would be, maybe right around June 1st. Then you got a couple of months to work on a deal. You asked for it, and you've got it. Voicemails have come to NYY Recaps. Make your voice heard. Better call in. The number is 718-899-1068. That's 718 Yogi, Judge, Scooter, Dellin. Better call in.